Wait, that was it? Well, Yu-Gi-Oh! Card Game Chronicles has come to an end with the final episode of the Spirit Charmers anime. Maybe we'll get news about more later, but for now this episode concludes the story of the Spirit Charmers as they make it to the final room in the little temple that they're in, and so comes time for their final trial, and that is to actually cast the Grand Spiritual Art. But they're all sort of drained for their magical energy, so they decide to take a break for lunch, having energy potions as well. Asa is the one who made the potions, and for a moment I thought it was a bit of a missed opportunity for them not to resemble a pre-existing life gain spell in Yu-Gi-Oh! But it turns out that these specific potions are exclusive to the Charmers, as this is going to be a brand new card as well. So they continue their magical slice of life animation shenanigans by having a fun little lunch all together. Then comes the time to finally try to cast a spell, and they all gather up and get pretty far. There are a lot of great visuals going on here, some nice animation, but ultimately they fail to complete the spell, though they get very close, and it ends off with all of them kind of falling down, really proud of how far they've come, though realizing that they still have even farther to go. And this little moment here where they're all laying down in the grass is really cool because it is yet another reference to a pre-existing art piece. But after that the credits roll, and I was really surprised. I was like, oh my gosh, that's it? There's still a lot of more time left in the episode. And yes, after the credits we get another scene where they're all gathered up together in the cabin, basically also kind of gathering around the Grimoire and realizing that, ooh, there's even more to do after this, which I think would have been a fine note to end off the episode on, but it really feels weird because not much happened in the actual final chamber. I understand the idea of not having them able to complete it just yet, but when it came to actually casting the spell or this trial itself, it really felt underwhelming, and especially too because this episode is titled after Asa, similar to how the other episodes were titled after everybody else. It kind of feels like she really didn't do all that much aside from bringing the potions and be the one who was holding the Grimoire at the very end. Definitely not in the same way that the Hita episode and the Win episode focused on them, but like I sort of said before, overall I think these episodes are really nice and fun together because they are that sort of magical slice of life style that fits the Spirit Charmers really well, and I don't think everything needed to end off with a fight or an action sequence, but maybe just a little bit more than standing there and gathering up to cast a spell that ultimately doesn't even work. So yes, all in all, these 4 episodes I think were really fun, but when we're talking about this episode alone, I feel like it doesn't really do all that much. It isn't necessarily one of those the real magic were the friends we made along the way, because still every other character did have some sort of growth, and their journey isn't totally complete. They still have an end goal of wanting to become even better spellcasters. But I don't know, for this being the final episode of Yu-Gi-Oh! Card Game The Chronicles, for the moment, I wasn't exactly excited. So let me know what you think in the comments below about this episode, and I guess the Spirit Charmers anime section as a whole, and let me know what you would like to see going forward for Yu-Gi-Oh! Card Game The Chronicles if we do end up getting more episodes, which I really hope we do. And maybe I'll also do a video kind of reflecting over the past year of Yu-Gi-Oh! Card Game The Chronicles and discussing how it started, where it went, and how it ended, and where I'd like to see it go in the future for myself. Also remember to leave a like and subscribe. Anyway, this is GatorX, and I will catch you all later.